Welcome back to ADCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into a storyline that's bound to keep General Hospital fans on the edge of their seats. What happens when revenge, romance, and danger collide? Jack Brennan's life is about to take a dramatic turn, and Jen Sidwell might be the one holding all the cards. Let's unravel this tangled web of power plays, emotional stakes, and potential tragedy as we explore what could be one of the most explosive arcs in Port Charles history. A dangerous game, Jack Brennan becomes a target. Jack Brennan has always been a man who commands attention, whether through his intelligence, charisma, or his ability to navigate treacherous waters. But even the most capable individuals have their limits, and Brennan may soon find himself pushed to his breaking point. His recent confrontation with Jen Sidwell has set the stage for a dangerous game of cat and mouse, one that could leave him fighting for his life. Sidwell is not a man to be trifled with. Known for his sharp wit and ruthless tactics, he has built a reputation as someone who doesn't just retaliate, he annihilates. Brennan's decision to deliver a pointed threat during their February 27 encounter was bold but reckless. By warning Sidwell to stay away from Carly Spencer and declaring her off-limits, Brennan essentially painted a target on his own back. He didn't just challenge Sidwell, he provoked him in a way that could have dire consequences. This isn't the first time Brennan has found himself in danger. Fans will remember the harrowing incident at the German spa where Valentine Cassidy nearly ended his life. That moment was a stark reminder that even someone as resourceful as Brennan can be vulnerable when faced with an opponent who knows how to exploit weaknesses. Without Carly's heroic intervention during that ordeal, Brennan might not have survived. Now, history could repeat itself, but this time, the stakes might be even higher. The brewing storm. Jen Sidwell's calculated revenge. If there's one thing viewers know about Jen Sidwell, it's that he doesn't take threats lightly. He's a master manipulator who thrives on control, and Brennan's ultimatum has undoubtedly struck a nerve. Sidwell isn't just angry, he's calculating. He knows that striking back impulsively would only give Brennan the upper hand. Instead, he's likely plotting something far more devastating. Imagine this, during the week of March 3 to 7, Carly and Brennan plan a romantic evening together, a rare moment of peace amidst the chaos of their lives. But just when things seem perfect, Sidwell makes his move. Perhaps he interrupts their date in a public setting, approaching Carly with an air of confidence that sends chills down her spine. By doing so, Sidwell would send a clear message: he does what he wants, and no one, not even Jack Brennan, can tell him otherwise. This kind of calculated power play would escalate tensions to an entirely new level. It wouldn't just be about revenge anymore, it would be about dominance. Sidwell's actions could force Brennan into a corner, leaving him with no choice but to retaliate, and in doing so, he might inadvertently put himself and Carly in even greater danger. Carly Spencer, the emotional epicenter. At the heart of this conflict lies Carly Spencer, a woman whose strength and resilience have made her one of Port Charles's most beloved characters. But even Carly may find herself overwhelmed by the storm brewing around her. Her connection to both men has placed her in an impossible position. She cares deeply for Brennan but knows that his feud with Sidwell could have devastating consequences for everyone involved. Carly's relationship with Brennan has been anything but ordinary. Their bond was solidified during that fateful trip to Germany when she saved his life against all odds. That moment revealed not only her courage but also the depth of her feelings for him. Feelings she may not have fully acknowledged until now. But what happens if Sidwell decides to use Carly as leverage in his vendetta against Brennan? A surprise attack during their date could leave her shaken and vulnerable, forcing her to confront the reality of her situation. Would she stand by Brennan despite the risks? Or would she distance herself in an attempt to protect both of them from further harm? These questions add layers of complexity to an already gripping storyline. A turning point for Jack Brennan. As tensions reach their boiling point, Jack Brennan finds himself at a crossroads. His decision to confront Sidwell was driven by his desire to protect Carly, but at what cost? By drawing attention to their past conflicts and issuing new threats, Brennan has essentially invited Sidwell to retaliate in the most brutal way possible. The possibility of a medical crisis looms large over this storyline. If Sidwell orchestrates an attack that leaves Brennan fighting for his life, or worse, it could mark one of the most dramatic moments in General Hospital history. Imagine the emotional fallout. Carly sitting by his hospital bedside, grappling with feelings of guilt and fear as she realizes just how much she stands to lose. Alternatively, GH writers might choose to take an even darker turn by killing off Brennan entirely. While this would be a devastating blow for fans who have grown attached to his character, it could also serve as a catalyst for new storylines. Carly might emerge stronger than ever, channeling her grief into a quest for justice, or perhaps even revenge against Sidwell. The bigger picture: power plays and consequences. This storyline isn't just about Jack Brennan and Jen Sidwell, it's about power dynamics and the lengths people will go to protect what matters most to them. It explores themes of loyalty, vulnerability, and the fine line between love and obsession. Sidwell's actions could solidify him as one of General Hospital's most formidable antagonists, a character viewers love to hate. Meanwhile, Brennan's journey offers an opportunity for growth and redemption, or perhaps serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of underestimating your enemies. For Carly Spencer, this arc represents both a challenge and an opportunity. Will she rise above the chaos and emerge stronger than ever? Or will she find herself consumed by the fallout from this deadly rivalry? Conclusion: the calm before the storm. As we look ahead to what promises to be an unforgettable week on General Hospital, one thing is clear: Jack Brennan's decision to confront Jen Sidwell has set off a chain reaction that could change everything. With danger lurking around every corner and emotions running high, fans are left wondering who will come out on top and who might not make it out alive. Next, we're diving into an exciting exploration of what's ahead for three beloved couples in Port Charles. From the rekindling of old flames to unexpected alliances and budding romances, the drama is heating up. Let's break it all down, starting with Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer, followed by Jason Morgan and Sasha Corbin, and finally delving into the evolving connection between Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor. Buckle up, this is going to be a thrilling ride. Elizabeth and Lucky, a reunion haunted by the past. Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer have always had a special place in the hearts of General Hospital fans. Their teenage love story was one for the ages, and now, years later, they're rediscovering that spark. However, as with any great love story, complications are never far behind. Just when it seems like Liz and Lucky are on the verge of rekindling their romance, a shadow from their past threatens to disrupt everything. The writers have hinted at a mysterious ex from one or both of their histories stepping into the picture. While Lucky has only been married once, to Siobhan McKenna, who tragically passed away, he's had his fair share of romantic entanglements in Port Charles. Could one of his former flames resurface to challenge his reunion with Liz? On the other hand, Elizabeth's past is equally complex. With an ex-husband like Rick Lansing and an ex-lover like Franco Baldwin, before his untimely death, there's no shortage of potential candidates who could stir up trouble. This looming interference adds a layer of intrigue to their storyline. Will Liz and Lucky's love prove strong enough to withstand this new obstacle? Or will old wounds reopen, forcing them to confront unresolved issues from their past? The stakes are high, and fans can't wait to see how this chapter unfolds. Jason Morgan and Sasha Corbin, an unlikely bond. Next up is the surprising dynamic between Jason Morgan and Sasha Corbin, a pairing that no one saw coming but that has quickly captured viewers' attention. Jason, known for his stoic demeanor and loyalty to those he loves, has found himself stepping into a new role alongside Sasha. Their connection centers around her newborn child, adding a layer of emotional depth to their interactions. Sasha's journey as a new mother hasn't been easy, especially with the constant scrutiny from those around her. Enter Jason, who has a history of serving as a father figure, most notably to Michael Corinthos during his formative years. For Jason, supporting Sasha feels natural. It's an extension of his protective instincts and his deep-seated sense of responsibility. However, this newfound alliance isn't without its challenges. As Jason helps Sasha navigate her complicated circumstances, particularly the fact that everyone believes he's the father of his nephew's baby, their bond could face unexpected tests. Could this partnership evolve into something more? Or will external pressures drive a wedge between them? The writers have teased that this storyline will explore themes of trust, vulnerability, and the lengths people go to protect those they care about. Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor, a budding romance at risk. Finally, we turn our attention to Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor, a couple whose relationship has been quietly building but may soon face its biggest test yet. Trina's life underwent a dramatic shift when Kai entered the picture. At the time, she was still mourning her breakup with Spencer Cassadine, a loss that left her feeling adrift and uncertain about her future. Kai brought light back into Trina's life with his charm, emotional intelligence, and seemingly baggage-free existence. However, appearances can be deceiving. As it turns out, Kai is grappling with an unfulfilled dream that he can't quite let go of, reviving his football career through a groundbreaking but risky medical procedure. This aspiration introduces a new layer of complexity to their relationship. The procedure itself is fraught with potential complications, not just for Kai's health but also for their budding romance. What if something goes wrong? And even if it succeeds, could Kai's renewed focus on his career pull him away from Trina? Adding to the tension is the possibility that this decision could drag them into conflicts that have nothing to do with them but could still jeopardize their happiness. Trina and Kai's story is one of hope and resilience but also one of uncertainty. Will they weather this storm together? Or will external pressures prove too much for their young love to handle? A deep dive into Port Charles's most compelling relationships. What makes these three storylines so compelling is how they explore different facets of relationships, from rekindling old flames to navigating unexpected connections and building something new from scratch. Each couple faces unique challenges that test their love, loyalty, and ability to adapt. For Elizabeth and Lucky, it's about confronting their shared history while trying to build a future together. Their reunion is filled with nostalgia but also fraught with potential pitfalls as they navigate interference from outside forces. Jason and Sasha's dynamic offers a fresh take on found family and unconventional bonds. Their partnership highlights Jason's softer side while showcasing Sasha's strength as she navigates motherhood under less than ideal circumstances. Finally, Trina and Kai represent youthful optimism tempered by real-world challenges. Their story reminds us that even in the early stages of love, obstacles can arise that force us to make difficult choices. Conclusion: what lies ahead for these couples? As we look ahead to what's next for these three couples in Port Charles, one thing is certain: drama is inevitable. Whether it's Elizabeth and Lucky facing ghosts from their pasts, Jason and Sasha navigating uncharted territory in their partnership, or Trina and Kai fighting to protect their blossoming love amid external pressures, each storyline promises emotional depth and plenty of twists. Next, we're unraveling a complex and high-stakes storyline that's about to shake the very core of Port Charles. Drew Quartermain and Curtis Ashford are locked in a bitter feud, but with Selena Wu pulling strings behind the scenes, things are about to take a dark and unexpected turn. Let's dive into the intricate layers of betrayal, blackmail, and power plays that could leave lives shattered. Curtis and Portia's world may crumble. The love between Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson has been tested before, but nothing could prepare them for what lies ahead. Curtis has always been fiercely protective of his wife, willing to go to any lengths to shield her from harm. However, Portia's past decisions may soon come back to haunt them both in ways they never anticipated. Portia's career at General Hospital has been marked by her dedication and skill, but a single misstep could unravel everything she's worked so hard to build. Her decision to alter lab results, an act intended to sabotage Heather Weber's chances at freedom, was a desperate move made in the heat of the moment. Now, that fateful choice could cost her not only her job but also her reputation. Selena Wu's possession of this damning evidence puts Portia in an incredibly vulnerable position. If this information falls into the wrong hands, it could destroy not only her career but also the stability of her family. Curtis will undoubtedly be devastated if his wife's actions are exposed, and their relationship could face its most significant challenge yet. Drew Quartermaine's calculated strategy. Drew Quartermaine has always been a man of principle, or so it seemed. Recent events have revealed a darker side to him, one willing to engage in morally questionable tactics to achieve his goals. With Curtis plotting his downfall, Drew is determined not only to survive but also to come out on top. And he may have just found the perfect weapon in Selena Wu. Drew's alliance with Selena is as dangerous as it is strategic. He initially approached her in search of leverage against Curtis, knowing that Selena thrives on mutually beneficial arrangements. Selena, ever the opportunist, saw an opening when Brad Cooper handed her proof of Portia's wrongdoing. This evidence is now a ticking time bomb, one that Drew could use to devastating effect. If Drew decides to weaponize this information, it would mark a turning point in his character arc. The man who once prided himself on integrity might now resort to blackmail to protect himself from Curtis' schemes. By threatening to expose Portia's secret, Drew could force Curtis into an impossible position, back down or risk dragging his wife into a scandal that could ruin her life. Selena Wu, the puppet master. Selena Wu has long been one of Port Charles's most enigmatic figures, a woman who operates in the shadows but wields immense power. Her ability to manipulate those around her is unmatched, and this latest development only solidifies her status as a master strategist. Brad Cooper's decision to strike a deal with Selena was the catalyst for everything that followed. By providing proof of Portia's actions, Brad inadvertently handed Selena a golden opportunity to tighten her grip on Port Charles's power dynamics. But what does Selena stand to gain from sharing this information with Drew? Selena's motives are rarely straightforward. While she may appear to be aiding Drew for now, it's likely that she has her own agenda at play. Perhaps she sees an opportunity to further entrench herself in the affairs of General Hospital, or maybe she has plans for Curtis that go beyond what anyone suspects. Whatever her endgame may be, one thing is certain: Selena Wu is not someone to be underestimated. The brewing feud between Curtis and Drew. The tension between Curtis and Drew has been building for weeks, but it's about to reach a boiling point. Both men are determined to outmaneuver each other, and their escalating feud threatens to leave collateral damage in its wake. Curtis' plan involves leveraging his connections with influential congressmen to orchestrate Drew's downfall. It's a bold move that demonstrates just how far Curtis is willing to go in this battle for dominance. However, Drew is no stranger to high-stakes games, and he has no intention of going down without a fight. If Drew chooses to use Selena's intel against Curtis, it would be a devastating blow not just for Curtis but also for Portia. The fallout from such an act would ripple through their lives, potentially destroying friendships and alliances that have taken years to build. The writers have hinted at some shocking developments in the coming episodes, suggesting that both men will make bold moves as they vie for control. However, Drew's actions are expected to be particularly appalling, a testament to just how far he has fallen from grace. The fallout: what lies ahead? As the dust settles from this explosive confrontation, the residents of Port Charles will be left grappling with the aftermath. Curtis and Portia may find themselves facing their darkest hour as they try to salvage their relationship amid mounting scrutiny and scandal. For Drew, the consequences of his actions could be equally severe. While he may succeed in neutralizing Curtis' threat for now, his decision to resort to blackmail could alienate those closest to him. Will he realize the cost of his choices before it's too late? Or will his descent into morally gray territory continue unchecked? Meanwhile, Selena Wu will undoubtedly emerge from this chaos unscathed, if not more powerful than ever. Her ability to manipulate events from behind the scenes ensures that she remains one step ahead of everyone else. Conclusion: a battle with no winners. This storyline is shaping up to be one of General Hospital's most gripping arcs yet, a tale of betrayal, ambition, and the lengths people will go to protect themselves and those they love. As Curtis and Drew continue their battle for supremacy, viewers can expect plenty of twists and turns along the way. Stay tuned for more updates as this drama unfolds. Until next time on ABC GH Spoilers channel, where we bring you all the latest news from Port Charles.